Please stand and give a warm welcome to Amber Calderon performing the U.S. National Anthem.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please stand for the Filipino National Anthem.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, harap ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bukaw, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kisap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 30th Filipino Night. Be the light! My name is Delano Cordova. I'm the current president of the Filipino American Student Association here at the University of Washington, otherwise known as FOSSA SAUDUB.
And I am FOSSA SAUDUB's vice president, Leah Alvarado. We would like to start our program today with a land acknowledgement and to formally introduce our organization, FOSSA SAUDUB.
We, the members of FOSSA SAUDUB, acknowledge the original caretakers of this land, the Coast Salish peoples. We live, learn, and exist on the land which touches the shared waters of the Suquamish, Duwamish, Tulalip, and Muckleshoot nations. For more information, please refer to resources like UW's Intellectual House to further your knowledge and solidarity with local indigenous communities.
The mission of the Filipino American Student Association at the University of Washington shall be to foster unity and pride within its members and surrounding community through activities focusing on educational, political, cultural, and social advancement.
For those of you whose first FOSA event this is, welcome. We are the Filipino American Student Association at the University of Washington. We were founded in 1917 under the name Filipino Students Club by pensionados studying at the University of Washington. Over the years, we have gone through many name changes, and many of our events have gone through numerous iterations. What started as talent shows and small skits turned into full theatrical productions, such as the one you are going to see today.
Before we start today's program, we wanted to cover basic housekeeping. Please, no flash photography or any videography permitted. We do have multiple devices filming and photographing today's performance, and we can distribute those copies in the following weeks. There will also be a 20-minute intermission following episode 2, but if you do need to use the bathroom, please try to do so in between scenes.
Bathrooms are located on the second floor, which you can access by using the stairs or elevators in the lobby. Please follow signage for further directions. These exits here exit into Red Square, and then the two in the back exit to the flagpole in case of emergency. Complimentary refreshments will also be provided during intermission.
We would now like to welcome one of the Filipino Night directors, Isabella Marie del Rosario, on the stage to give some insight on tonight's production.
Hi guys. So who would have thought that me walking up to a table with a Filipino flag would lead to me standing right here before you? I never imagined such a simple action would lead me to be standing here before you, helping bring to life a story that has touched so many here tonight. Good evening, everyone. My name is Isabella Marie del Rosario, and I've had the honor of serving as one of the directors for this year's Phil Night. On behalf of FOSA, we would like to begin by thanking the Santos family and the alumni from the original production for allowing us to bring the show to life for our 30th Phil Night anniversary. This year's production is especially meaningful to those here tonight because it's rooted in the work of someone very special, Steven Santos. He was the cultural chair for the 2019-2020 term. Although Steven is no longer with us today, his voice, his passion, and his vision has been lived on through every rehearsal, every line, and every moment preparing for the show tonight. It's truly been an honor to be able to walk in his creative footsteps, to be able to reproduce this script that has meant so much to so many people here tonight. We hope that tonight's production accomplishes his original goal of bringing people together through song, dance, and performance. The past 11 weeks have definitely been challenging, but going from complete strangers to friends and to now a chosen family has truly made it worth it. I still remember helping teach Ethan how to waltz in my living room to one of the songs you'll be hearing tonight. I watched as our cast members not only find their characters, but a deeper connection to each other. Their commitment, resilience, and growth has truly been inspiring to watch. Hearing from the alumni who have been part of this original production reminds us that we're not just creating a show highlighting our Filipino culture tonight. We're continuing a FOSA tradition. We rehearsed in the same rooms they did, sat in the same libraries planning out scene by scene, and stayed up harmonizing around the same pianos, and in typical Filipino fashion, always ended up in a karaoke session. We shared a lot of laughter, created memories, and had moments of deep reflection together. We carried forward the incredible work that Steven has begun. His story has brought so many people here tonight. Then it is doing tonight. We hope that as you watch, you feel the love and the effort and legacy woven into every scene. On behalf of all those that have worked on the production, thank you for celebrating FOSA UW's 30th Phil Night anniversary with us. And now I would like to introduce Sarah Lynn Santos, Steven's sister, to talk about what Be the Light meant to her, her friends, and her family.
Mic check, is this thing on? Cool. Seeing this dream realized, although it was not my own, is truly a sight to behold. In the show you're about to watch, Graciano Lopez Jaena says this line in the final scene: But as the Lopez Jaena from the 2020 original cast of Be the Light, I've spent a lot of time with this line, and it's come to mean something slightly different to me. My name is Sarah Santos, and tonight I have the honor of introducing this year's production of Be the Light. Be the Light was my brother Steven's dream. In spring of 2019, he wrote in his officer journal, "I would be so happy to direct a musical for Phil Night." And later that year, he pitched the idea for an original musical about Jose Rizal, like Hamilton, but Filipino, he said. And from the get-go, he worked day in and day out to make that dream come true. He spearheaded a script-writing team that made it through writing 19 of 20 scenes. He put together a handful of music demos with ridiculous key signatures and accidentals all over the place. And then, unexpectedly and suddenly, he passed away in January 2020, when we were halfway through auditions. There's a saying we used to always come back to throughout every twist and turn of Filipino Night season. Filipino Night is bigger than ourselves. And that year, that saying rang true more than ever. In the midst of grief and heartbreak, we came together for the sake of something bigger than ourselves, to honor Steven and the legacy he left behind. So we finished auditions and we settled on a cast. We put words to the music that Steven left behind. We finished the final scene of his script. And then March 2020 happened, and we rapidly found that putting Be the Light on in person was not going to be possible, not within that school year or even the next. But for the sake of something bigger than ourselves, for the sake of Steven's show, we came together yet again. We tried our hands at animation and voice acting and video editing and music production, and we put together an animated version of Be the Light in spring 2021. And I am thankful now and always to every single person who found a way to see Be the Light through in such uncertain times. But this show, tonight, is truly a sight to behold. From the quarantine video of Be the Light's eponymous song in 2020, to the animatic version of the full show in 2021, to this year's production, the pieces of this show have passed through over 100 hands to get to this performance, here, on Kane 120, the stage on which Steven envisioned it all those years ago. It means so much to me that after all these years and everything we've been through, that Steven's show tonight will finally stand on the stage of his dreams. To me, this show is about history and legacy. The script of the show is about the choices Rizal made in the moment and how they became the legacy he left behind, how today's choices become tomorrow's history. But the show, as it's been performed again and again, has come to illustrate what it means to pass on the memory of those who have come before and how their memory and their legacy lives on through you. Perhaps you could describe it as no history, no self. This show was written as a reflection on the legacy of Rizal and his compatriots. But tonight, it also stands on a reflection of Steven's legacy. No one on this stage tonight knew Steven, but they carry his memory forward nonetheless. My brother may no longer be with us, but just like Rizal, his spirit lives on in the writing he left behind. This show is no Noli Me Tangere, but Steven's fingerprints are all over it, on its music and its goofy scene titles. You won't see it in the audience, but I'd like to shout out Mambo No. 5, and its hidden X-Men references, and the way that it thoughtfully confronts the question of how to bring light to a world where injustice and darkness are the status quo. If you take away one thing from this show tonight, I hope it's this: the power that we as a community hold when we unite for the sake of something bigger than ourselves. The power to carry the torch onward, to stand as one and raise our voices, to fight for justice for the suffering and the oppressed, even when, especially when, those in power disapprove. To be the change and be the light. On behalf of my family and everyone involved in the original productions of Be the Light, I want to say thank you to everyone who was a part of this year's production. Directors, cast, crew, sayaw, legacy, marketing, officers, volunteers, decorations, and every single person who made this happen. Seeing this dream realized, although it was not my own, is truly a sight to behold. And one final thank you to the person that we're honoring tonight. Steven, all this has started with you. Thank you for the music, and enjoy the show.
Hi, everybody. It has been a while. My name is Isa Dalmasho, and I am from the FOSSA UW graduating class of 2020.
Hi, my name is Angelica Rodriguez, and I graduated the year 2021.
My name is Donica Velez, and I graduated from the UW back in 2021.
My name is Bellamy Sai, and I graduated from UW in 2022.
My name is Cassie Aves, and I graduated with the class of 2020.
What's up, FOSSA? My name is Luke Bendigosa. I was the FOSSA historian 2018-19, and I graduated in 2020.
What does Be the Light, the musical, mean to me? Be the Light is Stephen's legacy. He poured his heart and soul into this project. There was no one who could accomplish it as thoughtfully as Stephen could. He had to write, he had to think of the music, there was dance that went into it, there was just so much that I can't wrap my head around it.
Be the Light is an incredibly meaningful show to me because it was the last project I worked on with my best friend and fellow officer, Steven Santos. We spent a lot of different nights in our apartments or holed up in Ode, script writing, discussing casting and musical direction, and also contemplating how many parallels to Hamilton we could legally get away with.
Filipino Night is something that's always bigger than ourselves. But when I think about Be the Light, that feels even bigger than that. It reminds me of the message of the story and how important it is to be a light in a world that can feel so dark.
This being put back on, I think, is in person, is really special to me. This play was kind of the last thing I got to do with a dear friend of mine, Stephen. I'm very touched that FOSSA hasn't forgotten, that there's some closure, I think, to that little chapter Stephen had with all of us.
When I think about the show, I also remember how many people that it brought together. I think a big uniting factor that brought us all together was our want to honor our friend and director, Steven Santos.
Be the Light taught me about the power of community. The 2020-2021 iteration of Be the Light was done completely online. I think we had about 70 plus people who were involved in the production. We were able to accomplish something that we didn't even know was possible. I think it just goes to show that when you have community, there's no barrier that's too high that you can't jump over.
For those of us who worked on the show with Stephen, this year's performance of Phil Night is a very special gift. We're really honored and grateful to watch his vision come to life and to finally witness the show we originally wanted to make.
Of course, this show is about the legacy of Jose Rizal, right? And how it's lived on today. But I think it's also just a nice little reminder that Stephen has a legacy. FOSSA has a legacy. All of you that are doing it now are a part of it.
This show was meant to be performed on stage. That was Stephen's vision from the beginning. This show shows the power of community, and then also, of course, the genius of Steven Santos.
As cheesy as it may sound, the message that I want everyone to walk away with tonight is in the title itself. In the world that we're living in, as grim as it is, to do your best to spread light, kindness, joy to everyone around you.
We could truly be the light to other people and to the world by bringing hope and reminding people to fight for change.
The show really displays how we can be the change. And I hope people are inspired by that.
Don't be afraid to be that inspiration to others.
I also hope that people hug their loved ones a little tighter, reach out to a friend that they haven't seen in a while, and just generally cherish each moment they have. I think Stephen would like to know that even now he can still bring people together in a way that only he could.
I am very happy that Stephen's original plan is finally being put to light.
As Leonor says at the end of the play, spoiler alert, I was so blessed to be by his side as he worked.
So I told him, if it's a duel you want, then it's a duel you shall get. Not that I had any intention of actually fighting him. He would have never been worth my time.
Andres, I'll never understand why you're always looking for a fight. And what happened to this poor man after you threatened him so?
I wouldn't know. He went running off as soon as the word duel was mentioned. That'll teach him to critique my poetry out in the open again.
He may be onto something. I mean, you've always been more of a fighter than a poet.
Who says I can't be both, Graciano? It sounds to me like you want to take his place in the duel.
Be careful, Graciano. You don't want to get in the way of Commander Bonifacio and his fearsome butter knife.
Jose, are you writing another letter to Leonor? That's the third one this week.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
It's only Monday.
Jose, that letter can wait. It's not every day the four of us can spend time like this together.
He's right, Rizal. The three of you get to enjoy the pleasures of Spain on the daily. I, on the other hand, have to return to the Philippines tomorrow morning. Besides, isn't it hard to stay devoted to Leonor given the distance between the two of you? Surely you must have found somebody else by now.
Perish the thought, Andres. Leonor's the only woman for me, and you know that.
In any case, let's try to enjoy the night a little. Your brother Paciano didn't pay for your journey to Spain for you to be writing letters all day.
On that note, I propose we raise a toast. Jose, who better to lead it than you?
Just let me finish writing my...
No way, Jose! You're giving this toast for us. You are the poet of our group after all.
Okay. Fine. A toast to health and prosperity, to the future of our country, to everlasting friendship. Cheers!
My dear Leonor, I hope you've been well since we last wrote to one another. My studies here in Spain are proceeding quite nicely. I've been enjoying a vibrant culture and a rich education in the company of my colleagues. And yet, there's just something about being in Spain that makes me feel odd. It is a difficult feeling to describe. In any case, I'm happy here, but I miss you, and I miss the motherland. May the distance between us soon be gone. Ang iyong minamahal, Jose.
My dear Jose, it's good to hear that you are doing well. I look forward to hearing about your studies when you return. Until that day, maghihintay ako sa iyo. I'll be waiting for you patiently, my love. I have faith that our engagement will withstand the test of time. My parents may not understand the love between us, but in time they will come to see our bond and give us their blessing. Forgive me for asking, but why does Spain cause you discomfort? Perhaps I can give you some advice to help with your predicament. Tunay na nagmamahal, Leonor.
My dear Leonor, your confidence in our love never fails to lift my spirits. Although taking your hand in marriage will be a wondrous occasion under any circumstances, it would be an even greater blessing to do so with the support of your parents. As for my feelings of discomfort, to be quite honest, I'm not really sure of the cause. It feels as though there's something I should be doing, even though if I don't know it yet. Perhaps it is the fact that I'm here and spending my days in Spain. Spain, whose government mistreats my people and remains blissfully ignorant to much of the suffering faced by the Philippines. It seems as if this is a mystery I can't even solve. If you have any insights, I'd be delighted to hear them. Patuloy na nagmamahal, Jose.
My dear Jose, it sounds to me as though you've already determined the cause of your restlessness. You feel guilt for receiving education in Spain because for those less fortunate than you, the only thing they receive from Spain is abuse and misery. Your heart is so compassionate that you feel compelled to help those poor souls in some way. That is the reason behind your unease. No great mystery there. However, I must warn you, Jose. In whatever course of action you plan to follow, beware of Spain's response. They will not take kindly to any criticisms or acts of resistance. For your sake and mine as well, please proceed with caution. Palaging sa iyo, Leonor.
Once more, Leonor proves that she knows me even better than I know myself. It's true. I've been increasingly worried about our treatment at Spain's hands. And it's true, speaking out against Spain might put me in danger of punishments I've never even seen before. And yet, I can't stand idly by and let this injustice spread among my people. I must make use of my talents to help bring change, but how? Another day, another set of assignments. Alas, the work of the university student never seems to end. Then again, if I weren't pursuing my studies here, I'd never be exposed to any of this great literature. There's something that's so indescribably captivating about reading a good novel. It stimulates the mind in ways other things just can't. Take this novel, for example, a completely fictional story, yet inspired by true events. The author masterfully criticizes the injustices and abuses of her country, all within the framework of a novel. A form of nonviolent protest that nevertheless sparked a great number of change. I wish Leonor were here. She always seems to know the solutions to my problems, and they're often right in front of me. If I only had the clarity of her vision.
Having fun with one of your monologues, Jose?
Who would I be if I weren't rambling to myself? How have you been, Graciano?
Well, I'd say take an act of God for me to pass my classes at this point. In other words, just an average semester. I believe you forgot this at dinner last night, a school assignment.
It's my latest essay. That would have been unfortunate if I lost this. Seems like I'm in your debt now, no?
No need to thank me, Jose. I hope you'll forgive me for reading through some of your progress. I couldn't help myself.
I'm not gonna lie, this is not one.
No need to be so humble, Jose. Your writing is fantastic. If you were to ever say, write a novel.
Wait, a novel?
Yes, it'd be fantastic. Look at the time. I must be off. Good luck with your studies.
I guess the answer's right in front of me. I've got it. I'll write my own novel. What better way for me to contribute to the good of society? Writing is one of my strong suits. Yes, this has to be the way. A novel that will bring us the reform we need. A novel that will give us peace without violence. A novel that will bring us a better future. I want to make a difference in the world. In time, I hope the path ahead will finally be unfurled. And even though I may need some time to find my way, I'll try and keep fighting for a brighter day. I'll try and keep fighting for a brighter day. Here in Madrid, it's like I'm worlds away from home, surrounded by, seems like all there is to learn. I search every book for the answer I seek, to seek justice for my home. Maybe all of this can start with me. I want to make a difference in the world. In time, I hope the path ahead will finally be unfurled. And even though I may need some time to find my way, I'll try and keep fighting for a brighter day. I'll try and keep fighting for a brighter day. I don't want to wait. There's so much I can do, and I won't stop until all my dreams come true. Through my work, I hope to show the future that I see. Change won't start on its own, it starts with me. I want to make a difference in the world. In time, I hope the path ahead will finally be unfurled. And even though I may need some time to find my way, I'll try and keep fighting for a brighter day. I'll try and keep fighting for a brighter day. Turn the page anew. Bring this chapter to an end. Our story will go on and on. My people, this is for you. I want to make a difference in the world. In time, I hope the path ahead will finally be unfurled. And even though I may need some time to find my way, I'll try and keep fighting for a brighter day. I'll try and keep fighting for a brighter day. I'll try and keep fighting for a brighter day. What am I saying? No, this is not good enough. This just isn't good enough.
Well, it isn't going to get any better by destroying it. Has writer's block gotten the best of you?
We're disconnected, Mariano. We've become foreigners. What's happening there isn't happening here.
You're not making any sense. Who's where, and where is there? And what has this got to do with your novel?
It's hard to be critical of the Spanish when we're living amongst them, Mariano. We know how badly they treat the Filipino. You and I, we've lived through it.
We lived through it, yes. It wasn't that many years ago, Jose. Shouldn't the lived experiences help your writing, not stall it?
I critique the Spanish priests. I critique the Spanish government. But every day, I look upon their cathedrals through this very window. I attend their masses. We attend a university that produces their politicians, future players in their government. Who am I to write about the injustices our families face at home? I'm writing this novel here in Madrid, and now my words feel empty. They feel vague and aimless. I've lost connection to those I write about. I feel like a fraud, Mariano.
Maybe you should hold off on this novel for now, Jose. Perhaps until we return to the Philippines. Maybe then the meaning will return to your writing.
But how long must you wait? How long will it be until we return?
I don't know, Jose. But right now, as you said, we're living in Madrid. Right now, we should be indulging ourselves, taking the streets, the sun, the food, the girls.
But I have Leonor.
And has that stopped you before? A love letter from Leonor, isn't it? Jose, I'm certain the distance makes being unfaithful easier in practice, but don't you think it's a bit too hard on your conscience?
All right, hey, what is between Leonor and I is between me and her.
And now I'm involved in this conversation, and I'm certain another woman out in the open will be too. Here. This is from home, Jose. Oh my God, Jose, the Spanish have arrested your mother. What are you gonna do? Is there anything I can do to help? Wait for me.
This novel can no longer wait. I have something I have to say. Graciano, must we waste time on this trivial journey?
Jose, come on now. You've been locked up in your room for weeks on end, working on that novel of yours. A bit of a stroll would do you good.
You know I can't be out and about. I can't be doing things like this when there's work to be done. I still have to find a title for my novel.
Inspiration will strike you soon enough. There's someone me and Mariano want you to meet. Here they come now.
Jose!
Good to see you.
I've been thinking about everything you've been talking about lately, about reform and getting people informed, and I've found someone that will be able to help you. Meet Marcelo del Pilar.
It's good to meet you.
Please, call me Marcelo. I've heard you've been writing a novel about the wrongdoings our people face. A worthy cause, if I say so myself.
Thank you. I must admit, I had a bit of a trouble whether or not I should write this novel, but this cause, it's too important for me to withhold my commitments now.
Marcelo is well connected to members of the propaganda movement. Perhaps he can introduce you to some people who share your outlook.
Yes, it could come off as a bit misleading name at first. You see, our aim is to not spread Spanish propaganda. Our aim is to fight it. And what better way than to start information campaigns of our own?
Marcelo here once published a newspaper as a part of his work for the movement. The Diaryong Tagalog, was it?
Yes, the Diaryong was for a time to call to social issues, unjust friars, the need to reform, and the like. Unfortunately, we were unable to continue publication due to a lack of resources.
I'm sorry to hear about that. It seems like it was a greater loss than other people have realized.
No matter. We must continue our work despite no matter hardships we face. And Graciano's correct. There are many people willing to fight for this cause. Activists, exiles, even students such as yourself.
To think there would be so many people that would stand with us.
You have a telltale enlightened look on your face, Jose. What's on your mind?
Well, it sounds like there's a multitude of people willing to join us if we ask. So why not bring them all together under the propaganda movement?
Bolstering recruitment by forming an alliance. It does appear to be a promising idea.
A unified front. With the connections each one of us has, we could easily find the people to mobilize.
This has to be the way. Yes, I see it. An organization to bring everyone together under the propaganda movement. We can even publish a newspaper as means of informing the people. And ultimately, we'll show them the power of working together. The power of solidarity. La solidaridad.
Your enthusiasm and drive is quite remarkable, Jose. I see why these two spoke so highly of you. Very well. We have to leave at once to continue the recruitment efforts.
And we shall do the same. It was a pleasure meeting you, Marcelo.
Likewise, Jose. In time, we shall rid the people of the social plague that afflicts them.
Social plague. Interesting. I think it holds much truth. Our people fear being punished by Spain, and yet suffering persists because it's an issue society fears to touch upon. Graciano was right. I found the title for my novel.
Jose, are you coming?
My dear Leonor, I hope this letter finds you in good health. As of late, the propaganda movement has been facing much turmoil. Financial difficulties, internal conflicts, lack of commitment. Every day just brings a new challenge. This dissent, coupled with Spain's indifference toward our plight, makes me fear that our goals shall never be fulfilled. But in other news, I'm continuing to work on my novel, Noli Me Tangere. Each day brings me closer to the time I can finally share it with the world. Although it saddens me to think of how this work was inspired by injustice and suffering, my hope is that it will bring us closer to ending the misery our people face. Perhaps it will even be the force that brings success to the propaganda movement. As always, I look forward to seeing you once more with the greatest anticipation. May we meet again soon. Tunay na nagmamahal. Jose.
My dear Jose, I worry for your personal safety. I hope you are remaining vigilant. Here in the motherland, there's been scattered whispers against Spain as more people become aware of the promise of reforms. Do not fear that your actions have been in vain. I'm already starting to see the impacts of your labor. I am sure that with time and patience, this movement will bring the change that we all yearn for. But I worry for our future as well, Jose. Every time I speak about you with my father, he mentions how the friars speak ill of you. My mother does not even wish to hear your name. She is already searching for another suitor to whom I'll be married. Nothing causes me more distress than the thought of spending the rest of my life with someone I have no love for. Though it pains me to be separated from you, I too look forward to the day I see you once more. When we reunite, I'm certain we will find a way to resolve our problems. I remain faithful to you now and always. Ang iyong minamahal, Leonor.
Dear Leonor, I adore you, the light of my life. You're burning so bright. I long for you. I'll love only you. Darling Leonor, are you listening? This distance is aching. This love ain't aging. I long for you. I'll love only you. And it is hurting. You're so worth the pain.
My dearest Jose, you entrance me. I know our love's endless. It's no passing fancy. I long for you. I love only you. My sweetest Jose, how I yearn you. There's not enough stars to shine this dark heart. I long for you. I love only you, and I'll keep saying through every moment I'm devoted to you.
Please tell me you're mine. I miss you so much. Long for your touch. Please just say you're mine. I long for you from now until forever. I'll love you through every moment. I'll stay faithful to you.
Jose, have you finished your letter to Gallicano?
No, but I'm making great strides.
Dear cousin, is that all?
Yeah, as of this moment, yes. It's so important that I find the right words, Mariano. La solidaridad is the solution to our disarray. This paper will be read by thousands, from the Philippines to Spain. With you as treasurer and Graciano as our vice president, we can finally articulate our needs so that Spain will listen. Once I convince Gallicano to serve as president and also acquire an adequate editor.
But have you ever considered that you may be the best qualified for the position? You're certainly thorough enough.
That may be true, but I'm afraid I'll be busy editing for Antonio de Morga soon. And I'm afraid my novel may almost be finished. And I have to pledge as much time to it as it deserves. Perhaps Graciano may consider editing, as well as the other people.
That we may request representation in Les Cortes Generales, abolish political censure, and exhibit the administrative exiling of residents without rulings of courts of justice. Another powerful edition of La Solidaridad, Graciano.
My dearest thanks, Marcelo. The Asociación Hispano-Filipina de Madrid penned Aspirations of the Filipinos. I served as editor, though, for the last time.
Oh, the movement will be at a loss with you stepping down. How will you ever find someone to replace you?
Perhaps you may be interested in the job?
Me? Why? I've never...
Marcelo, you must be my successor. The only other man proficient enough for this job. He's in London.
Of course. Rizal has been quite busy over there. Have you received word of his Noli Me Tangere? Though it was released a mere month ago, I heard it left a substantial impact on its readers, both Spanish and Filipino.
I have. Both El Fili and La Solidaridad have gained quite a following. But Marcelo, remember to maintain some level of obscurity. You must remind Mariano and Gallicano not to garner too much attention. Who knows what might happen to you if you do?
You have my word, Graciano. Oh, Rizal, welcome back. How have your travels treated you, my friend?
You've treated me well. I see you're fulfilling your duties as editor.
I try my best, though it will be a pleasure working on this to ensure its success. Now, if you excuse me, I have to continue my work as humble editor. So grateful to have you back.
Of course, and thank you again for publishing some of my works. I really appreciate the endorsement, especially as Spanish leaders and priests begin to notice our efforts. Perhaps this is what the movement needed. Perhaps now they will listen.
I would hope so.
My dear Leonor, I look forward to the day I will be with you once more.
Jose.
The development of La Solidaridad has been a boon to the propaganda movement. Our numbers grow by the day, and public support is ever increasing. I have met a multitude of wonderful and accomplished people to whom I would very much love to introduce you.
Jose.
But my proudest achievement as of late, indubitably, has been my latest work, Noli Me Tangere. Although it has sparked the ire of our oppressors, it has also brought greater awareness to our cause. And I must confess to my love, this would have never been achieved without you. You are my muse, immortalized in my tale, an inspiration to my writing, and my light in this unforgiving world. I look forward to the day I receive your father's blessing, for then we will truly be...
Jose! My father is greatly perturbed. He believes Noli is a danger to our family.
A danger? I would never do anything.
You said it yourself, Jose. The Spanish have not taken your words lightly. Now more than ever, they see you as a filibustero, a subversive.
Their titles for me matter not.
But they do matter. My father would not want to see our family name dishonored because of our association. He would prefer that we...
Leonor?
This will be my final letter to you. We will never speak again, but know my faithfulness to you will never end. Minamahal kita, Jose.
Leonor, wait!
Jose, have you read the news? It seems like Noli has been causing quite a stir back home.
Good. Jose Rizal, hero or menace? The revolutionary author whose incendiary novel has transfixed the nation. Well, I'm glad people are taking notice of him.
This is good news, is it not? I thought Noli has been sparking the reaction just the way you wanted.
Yeah, that is true, but it's time for me to go to my next course of action.
Is that another novel? I thought Noli was supposed to be your magnum opus.
Noli has made people sympathetic to our cause, and yet that is all it has accomplished. There has to be something more that will drive people towards action.
Well, I'm sure if this novel is as successful as Noli, you'll still end up achieving your goal. Have you thought of a title yet?
Leonor's father, he sees me as a subversive, a filibustero. And so, my novel will be subversive as well. I shall call it El Filibusterismo.
Just hearing the title makes me so excited. Speaking of Leonor, how has she been?
Rizal, I've been looking for you.
Good to see you. What can I do for you?
Well, I would be remiss to avoid checking in with you after publishing such a, what was the press calling it? An incendiary novel.
Don't worry about me. There's been no serious attacks on my character, verbal or otherwise. Seems like I'm not in danger of anything at the moment.
I'm afraid it won't be that way for much longer. The friars are furious about your criticisms of the church. The government has banned further distribution of Noli. There's even been whispers of an extradition case being opened against you. With the church and the government conspiring to bring you down, soon there will be nowhere in the country that is safe from them.
It's come to this, hasn't it? I thought they would see reason, but I guess I misjudged. In any case, I'm not planning to give in to their intimidation tactics. I stand by my words and my beliefs.
Seems I may have misjudged you, Rizal. I suppose even peacemakers must stand in the face of hostility. Know that for the time being, my colleagues and I are here to support you. We will stand together.
Standing together. Andres, you might be onto something.
You have that telltale enlightened look on your face again, Jose. Don't tell me you're planning to write yet another novel.
No, Mariano. At least, not until I finish El Fili. No, this is a task too great for one man to handle alone.
Sounds like We should join a league. We should join something together.
Exactly, a league. Something that will bring our countrymen together. Ultimately, I'll need assistance in this endeavor. Will you two join this league with me?
Sounds like a wonderful idea. And I'm sure our friends from La Solidaridad and the propaganda movement would be willing to join in.
Exactly.
I don't know about this. League? What more would we accomplish by creating this?
Andres, try to think more optimistically. This is the path to take, I'm sure of it. This is our time to see just what we can do. Think of what could be. This is our moment. So let's take a stand for justice and for our homeland. Come on, this is the path to take, I'm sure of it.
All right, okay, I admit that you're onto something. These words of yours concern nothing into something. A dream, a hope, a vision, and a wish could help with the cause.
But is something amiss?
Hey, take a chance to do something more. We need to help our people with reclaiming our shore. I'm tired of the enemy thinking that we're helpless, so let's take a stand. Let them know that we're relentless.
I still don't think it's enough to get the freedom we deserve. I know that you've wanted this for so long, but I just can't help feeling something's wrong. Together, united, we're stronger than before. But is there more that we can do?
Andres, with this league, we could finally see the change we want to see. So will you join us?
All right, let's give it a shot.
Hey.
This is our moment. We need to do what's right. We'll stand together and make our future bright. This is our moment. We'll hold our heads high. We'll be the change and shine our light. We'll be the change and shine our light.
If the odds were pressing through, hand in hand, always me and you. Together, let our light shine through.
Yes, the odds were pressing through. Hand in hand, always me and you. Together, let our light shine through. Yes, the odds were pressing through. Hand in hand, always me and you. Together, let our light shine through.
I want to make a difference in the world.
Whoa, be the light when the world is cold.
Together, the past ahead will finally be understood.
Be the change in the ways of heart.
Even though we may need some time to find our way, I'll try to keep fighting for a brighter day.
This is our moment.
This is
We could do what's right. We'll stand together and make our future bright. This is our moment. We'll hold our heads high. We'll be the change and shine our light. We'll be the change and be the light.
How we liking the play so far? Now, before we get into intermission, we have some more exciting work to announce from our committees. The roots of hip hop come from 1970s New York among Black communities. Throughout the years, so many different cultures and subcultures have been touched by hip hop and left their mark on the music and dance. Now for us to leave our own mark on the genre itself. Please welcome FOSSA's hip hop dance crew, Legacy!
Got my thighs. Look good, but she don't got no eyes. Walk in, walk out with the size. Man, don't let me know what the prize. Squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up. squabble up, squabble up, squabble up. Hold up, where you from? Bad, I'm finna go down. Sideways, bunch come. Viva, I'm on one. Baby, rockin' me. Cold, what you want, cause I'm watching you. Work on the floor, let me know if you crackin' me. Where you won't go, but I know that he poppin' me. It was wolf tickets on sale till I silenced it. Pipe down, wanna be some whole other politics. We don't need some, that's a lot of it. But if you don't, you got kids with my apologies. I feel good, get the belt my thighs. Look good, but she don't got no ties. I walk in, walk out with the size. Man, don't let me know what the prize. Squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up. Squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up.
Oh my goodness, that was amazing. Give another round of applause. Yes, go Legacy, go Legacy. All right, next up, I would like to introduce you to FOSA's political chair, Ria Maisano Torres, and our intern, Kira Ortega, to share more in a quick political corner.
Hello, kumusta po sa inyong lahat? My name is Ria and this is Kira and we are part of the political committee for this year. Hey, thank you. And we'd like to share a little bit about our project, the Filipino Education Initiative. At the beginning of this year, we surveyed the Filipino community at UW and found the biggest needs students identified were for more genuine representation and culturally relevant education. Considering the long history of FOSA's advocacy, from helping to establish the Office of Minority Affairs and Diversity, as well as the Ethnic Cultural Center alongside other legacy organizations, we felt it was important to uphold and build upon that history and continue fighting for the needs of Filipino American and Filipino students on our campus.
With that vision in mind, we introduced the Filipino Education Initiative at Moda and Musica, advocating for cultural education earlier this March. It outlines these 4 main points. Issuing a formal statement of apology for the harms caused by the Alaska-Yukon Pacific Exposition, where stolen indigenous Igorot people were displayed in human enclosures as savages to justify U.S. colonization of the Philippines. This took place at what is now the UW Health and Sciences Education Building. Secondly, strengthening the Tagalog language education by advocating for Tagalog courses to be reclassified under the Asian Languages Department, developed into a major minor, supported with a paid teacher's assistant, and accompanied by proficiency testing option at the UW. Third, developing an updated Philippine study abroad program that deepens understanding of Filipino society, history, and culture by encouraging meaningful integration with local communities and building supportive relationships with both people and the land. And last but not least, defending key resources for our community, including the Office of Minority Diversity Affairs, the Ethnic Cultural Center, and critical Filipino American history and Filipino history courses, from potential funding cuts, threats, and other forms of targeting, as part of our broader mission to protect our community and sustain our progress. What do you think? Would you want to see all of this reflected in our education?
Wow, so much support. Well, to push these initiatives forwards to the UW administration, we need even more community support alongside our over 200 signatures and ASUW Student Senate resolution. You can sign our petition at tinyurl.com/FOSA/FEI, and also feel free to scan this QR code as well. Please come talk to us outside at the political committee's table to learn more and get involved. And especially in times of uncertainty and attacks on DEI and our own community, it'll be the youth like Rizal, Bonifacio, Stephen, and now us who organize and overcome the challenges that we face. Okay, ready? Maraming salamat!
Sorry about that. Thank you, Ria, for sharing the initiative through which FOSSA has upheld our political pillar. Next, we have a brief message for you from all of our friends at Project Pearl.
You may recognize Project Pearl as the organization tabling in our lobby today. This team consists of high school students from Renton whose mission is to provide school supplies to children in the Philippines. The many children affected by financial disparities in the Philippines often don't have enough funds to gather basic school supplies. The impact made by Project Pearl will help improve the lives of impoverished children and their education.
Thus, helping to stop the systemic cycle of poverty and taking steps to improve equal academic opportunity. We will have a school supply drive here at UW at the Samuel E. Kelly Ethnic Cultural Center from May 10th to May 17th. If you have any questions, feel free to come to their table during intermission.
Thank you again to our Project Pearl team staying in the lobby today. For our last order of business before we break into intermission, we hope to host a Miracle Minute to help us continue the work we do within FOSSA. Please welcome our treasurer, Thomas, to the stage.
Hello everyone, I'm Thomas, this year's treasurer for FOSSA. Before we get to the intermission, like Delano said, we're gonna have a Miracle Minute. Donations from our community, which is all of you guys, help us continue to put on events like this, Filipino Night. When I say go, I'm gonna start a 1-minute timer, and we're gonna display our Venmo and Zelle QR codes, and we're gonna have stagehands running through the aisles for any cash donations. Are you guys ready to raise some money for us? Okay, I'm gonna start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. Woo, let's see how much we can raise. "30 seconds, guys, 30 seconds. "20 seconds left. Everyone got their donations in? It's gonna be 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank everyone. Woo! Can we get up? Again, we really appreciate all of your donations. It really helps us put on these events every year because they're super expensive, but because of your guys' donations, we're able to do this every year and we really appreciate it. So now we're gonna start an intermission. Like Ria said and like Delano said, there's tables outside for Project Pearl, the Filipino Education Initiative from our political committee. We also have a historian exhibit with a bunch of panels on easels that our historian Joseph put a lot of work into. And then during the intermission is gonna be the last opportunity to also buy raffle tickets for the free round trip to the Philippines. Yeah, so during intermission, make sure you guys do that. There's also snacks on a table that are free. And so please take advantage of those. Bathrooms are on the second floor, and we will come back in around 15 minutes. Thank you guys.
My friends, thank you for gathering here. Today is a momentous occasion. Today, we celebrate the beginning of La Liga Filipina. We promise to put our best efforts towards results that will benefit all. A unified Philippines, a shield against hazards and injustice, development of infrastructure, and above all, reforms for the laws that continue to restrict and oppress us. In the days to come, we will turn our meetings towards discussions of how to achieve this future. But for now, I invite you to converse with your colleagues, become more familiar with each other. I'm grateful for your support, and I guarantee that none of this would have been possible without you. Now please, enjoy the rest of the night in each other's company.
This is quite the achievement, Rizal. You brought the people together on a level even greater than the propaganda movement. No small feat.
Thank you, Andres. It pleases me to see how responsive they've been to joining our cause. Staying informed is certainly important, but I think taking a more direct role in activism is such a marvelous display of solidarity. Wouldn't you agree?
You're not wrong, but do you ever wonder if there could be something more?
What do you mean by that?
This league just feels like another iteration of the propaganda movement. Who's to say it won't end up facing the same failures? Perhaps it's time for new measures, more drastic measures.
So what do you suggest we do?
We've tried to make peace with Spain too many times to count. Perhaps it's time for a movement that has no need for fancy words. Maybe what we need is a revolution.
Whoa. Keep your voice down. Where'd you get this ridiculous idea?
Think about it, Rizal. Where have your efforts gotten you? The peace that you want isn't going to be handed to us. We need to take it for ourselves. This is our moment. This is our time to see just what we can do for our dear country. This is our moment. Now take a stand to fight with us, your brothers, hand in hand.
I can't believe you're proposing this.
Why do you hesitate, Rizal? This is the path we should be taking.
I know that you want to do so much more to help out our people, to free our shores. But this is a risk much too great to take. So stop before you make a huge mistake.
So you're against this revolution?
I'm just not ready for one.
Give this a chance, Rizal. We could rewrite history together.
Andres.
Remember what you said to me before. Against the odds we're pressing through. Hand in hand, always me and you. Together let our light shine through.
I believe in my words, it's true. This is not what we should do. We have a league now and we need you.
Be the light when the world is crumbling.
The lives lost won't be worth the fighting.
Do you hear our people crying?
More of them will end up dying, no.
The revolution will unite us.
It'll only further divide us. This is not the we should pursue because I know that you want to do so much more to help out our people, to free our shores. But this is a risk much too great to take. This isn't right.
We need to fight.
This isn't right. We cannot fight. I can't believe you would consider this opportunity at all. Spanish has mistreated us in the past, but...
But what, Rizal? They're not the enemy? So all the pain we've endured at their hands is completely justifiable. You disappoint me. How can you say you love your people and then turn away from their pain like this?
Andres, you know that's not what I meant.
Then what do you mean, Jose? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like you would betray your people and then fool yourself into thinking you're saving them.
Unbelievable. How dare you?
Jose, we just received a message from His Excellency. He needs to see you. Says it's an urgent matter.
We'll continue this discussion later. In the meantime, don't get in over your head.
Same to you, Rizal. Unbelievable. He doubts me. He's the one who should be called into question. His quest for equality will do nothing but lead us astray. And now this summons from the government, it can't mean anything good for him. Seems like there'll be some dark days ahead for La Liga. I suppose we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But if La Liga fails us, no. When La Liga fails us, we will have no choice but to strike the first blow. One way or another, independence will be ours.
Leave us.
This seems like quite the serious gathering, sir.
Know your place, Rizal. In the past, I was impressed by my communications with you. Even when discussing trivial subjects such as your land disputes and family troubles, you presented yourself with eloquence and intelligence. I had hoped you have come to see the errors in your ways and see the value of becoming an asset of Spain. And yet, you continued your rebellion against the natural order.
His Excellency speaks the truth. How foolish of you to publish a novel such as this. Blasphemy, slander, lies! You dare show disrespect to the order of the friars, to the honor of Spain, to the Catholic faith itself. You say that faith is a barrier to cultural growth. On the contrary, it is quite the opposite. It is because of faith that your culture is allowed to thrive. You must see that we are here to help you understand that. Rizal's bag, please.
Finally, we have your latest works. El Filibusterismo. Quite the fitting name for such a dark and violent tale. Did you really think your religious sentiments would go unnoticed?
You know, there is some comfort we can offer you. Even criminals, such as yourself, deserve some mercy. We can offer you lodging at the parish covenant in Dapitan, as long as you fulfill a few simple requests. Retract your statements, confess your past sins, and commit to being a man of Spain and a man of religion. You should be honored to have such an opportunity to right your wrongs. What do you say?
Honored? Why would it be honored to be a subject of a system you've twisted only to serve yourselves? You preach love and then abuse my people. You bask in riches while those around you live in poverty. You claim to know heavenly wisdom, but know nothing of earthly suffering. While the one whom you worship is infallible, his people are not. God loves, man kills.
Enough. Get him out of here. No, this was all. If I see you again, it will be the last time.
The sensitivity in your eyes should only last a few days, but if you have any questions in the days ahead, please let me know.
Dr. Rizal? I'm sorry. I think I must have the wrong address. Do you know where I could find Dr. Rizal?
Pardon for my inattentiveness, ma'am. I am he. And please, call me Jose.
It's good to finally meet you, Jose. My name is Josephine Bracken.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Bracken. What can I do for you today?
My father's been dealing with vision problems. His eyesight grows poorer by the day. I've heard of your talents in ophthalmology and was hoping maybe you could help. But if not, and you're busy with other business, it's okay. I completely understand.
Oh, no worries. It just so happens that my schedule is quite free. I'll be happy to attend to your father at whatever hour you prefer. I'll do my best to attend to his suffering.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll return here tomorrow with my father. And please, call me Josephine.
Ooh, Josephine. I think I may be in love again. I have to tell Mariano about her. Mariano, you won't believe what just happened. I just met the most incredible woman. I think I finally found my one true love.
Forgive me for my skepticism, Jose, but you must admit that this is not an entirely new sentiment for you.
What do you mean by that?
Well, ever since you left Spain, you said the same thing about every woman you've been with. Look how those relationships turned out. There was that thing with Gertrude, that flirtation with Suzanne, and remember that debacle with Noelle?
All right, look, it's different this time. I'm sure, please.
Look, ever since you and Leonor separated,
we didn't separate, okay? It was...
You cast yourself into relationships that have held little to no meaning. I'm trying to look out for you, Jose. I don't want you to get hurt again.
I'm sorry, friend, but it's different this time. Josephine, she's not like the others, I'm sure of it.
Far be it from me to dictate your love life. Very well. I suppose you know yourself better than any of us do. Anyways, I have more pressing matters to discuss with you. There have been new developments in La Liga while you've been away.
Wait, new developments? What's happened? Has La Liga been dissolved?
Not exactly. I'm afraid it's a bit more complicated than that.
Dear Jose, we have been facing many difficulties as of late.
Rizal, believe it or not, things have been better than ever.
In spite of our best efforts, La Liga has been fractured. What once was one organization has become two. I apologize for my failure. Without you, it was nearly impossible to keep the people together.
It pains me to inform you, but La Liga has failed. It turns out I was correct after all. People cannot truly band together unless the cause is strong enough.
However, there are still some whose faith in our cause remains strong. We who continue dedicating ourselves to the peaceful reform are now the Cuerpo de Compromisarios. Meanwhile, those following Andreas have taken calling to themselves
The Katipunan, a secret society of revolutionaries. You see, peaceful reform was never destined to succeed. La Solidaridad, La Liga, the propaganda movement, none of these brought us any closer to independence. No. The problems we face require a new organization, new solutions, new goals.
Even though our numbers are fewer now, our goal remains the same. Reform through activism.
Independence through revolution.
Improving the infrastructure of our nation.
Building our nation into a republic.
And above all,
unity among our people.
In light of what has happened to La Liga, Simply thinking about the notion of unity is quite disheartening, and yet our work must continue.
The struggle for freedom is unending. Within the hour, I will be overseeing military exercises in preparation for the battles ahead. Even though the public may not know of our existence yet, it's only a matter of time before we are discovered.
Today, we are planning to hold a public demonstration as we continue our information campaign. Nothing too insurgent, simply another non-violent protest against Spain.
The only message that Spain will listen to is written in the language of revolution. And when they try and stop us, we will be ready.
Farewell, Jose. I wish you prosperity and safety for your time in Tapitan.
Good luck in Tapitan, Rizal. If you ever grow weary of exile and decide to escape, the Katipunan is ready to welcome you with open arms.
And at that point, I was so bothered by my stepmother that I left for a convent. Father was furious. I've never seen him that angry in my life.
Your father's reaction doesn't surprise me, though. Do you remember how angry he was when I asked for his blessing for our marriage?
I'm sure it was difficult for him to understand. After all, we've only known each other for a month.
But within that month, I knew for certain that you and I were destined to be together. And look at us now, married in the eyes of God, if not that of the church.
It is a bit of a shame that we cannot get married without the bishop's permission, but that is of no consequence to me. You are my husband, and my love for you is true, no matter what the bishop or anyone else may say.
And you, my wife, make my life better just by being in it. However, even if I were to remain in this town, my achievements, they're few in number.
Come on now, Joe. Think upon all you've accomplished. Providing health services as a physician and surgeon, maintaining a school whose tuition is paid through community service, constructing a waterworks system for the town. These are no small feats.
Yeah, I guess I've helped out here and there.
Look, I know you may feel as though you aren't doing enough. Being away from your friends and unable to support them may make you feel disheartened. But remember this, all the progress that they've made wouldn't have been possible without you. All the work that you put in is being reflected in the work being done today, and that will be done, I'm certain. And Joe, we may have only known each other for a year, but I know who you truly are. You're a hero. One who loves his country so much that he still longs to help in any way he can, in spite of trials and tribulations. I admire that immensely, and it makes it easy to see how I fell in love with you.
Thank you, Josephine. Your words, they're incredibly kind, but I'm just not certain that people see me as a hero. These days, it's more likely like someone like Andres would have their line of vision.
There's more than one way to be a hero, Jose. Even if the Katipunan are pursuing more radical courses of action and expanding their recruitment efforts, they still...
Recruitments? What do you mean?
Rumor has it that the Katipunan are establishing chapters throughout the Philippines and gaining recruits through the process. This, I believe, he's organizing a rally today with some of his allies.
Wait, a rally? Where? When?
I believe it starts soon. Why, do you ask?
I have to see what Andres is getting himself into.
It's not safe. What if you're noticed?
It's okay. I'll be careful, my love. I'll be back soon, I promise.
Never before have I known a man who loves his country so much. Yet, I believe his love will be his undoing. Even here in his exile, he's still in danger. Jose must start taking cautious steps, or else he'll risk facing tragedy at our own expense. But as much as it dismays me to admit it, I believe that he may be too late.
regretfully inform you that La Liga has failed. The goals of La Liga were ideal. I don't think anyone would disapprove of peace with freedom, but it isn't realistic. The Spanish government will never grant the Filipino the same rights as the Spaniard, at least not willingly, and especially not peacefully. We've come to the point where the Spanish must be ousted from our islands by force. This cannot and will not be a peaceful movement, but it is the direction that we must take in order to achieve autonomy for our islands. Ideally, La Liga will understand the position we are in. Ideally, they will lead this fight. But if they don't, then this fight must continue without La Liga. This revolution is inevitable, and it will not be stopped in its tracks by Spanish apologists. Jose, we must talk soon.
Bonifacio, this is exactly what the movement needed, a sense of militancy.
You're right. There should be no more standing by idly. Only the Filipino can bring change to the Filipino. And you know how? Through pointing our rifles at the Spanish dogs.
And I sincerely believe, Andres, that only under your leadership will this movement succeed. I know of no man as brave as you.
See that? They love me.
You know, I fail to understand how Rizal thinks he's the one to stand up to the Spanish. One man against the whole empire? One small man and his tiny books?
Books is delusional. What use does the written word have anyway?
Quite a bit, actually. You know, there's writing letters, record keeping. Revolution would be significantly different without the written word.
Okay, I get it. Regardless, we ought to hand Rizal over to the Spanish.
Give Rizal some credit, my friend. He's an inspiring man. He inspired the Filipino through his words. I just believe his message for change is misguided is all. We just need to talk to him. We just need to convince him of our... Ah, Pio, welcome back. However, I thought you were to return with Rizal.
He refused to come, Andres. He would prefer to communicate indirectly. He's quite upset.
I'm sure he'll come around.
There was something he asked me to tell you, Andres. But Andres insists that you meet him at his home. It's not meant to be a confrontational meeting, Jose. He just wants to convince you that...
Convince me that what? That the only way forward is through violence? That the only way we could save the lives of the Filipinos is through losing their lives?
Please, just come with me, Jose, and it'll all be more clear.
I'm sorry, Pio. I hate to make things more difficult for you, but I simply refuse. I cannot and will not help lead our people towards a struggle that the Philippines is just not ready for. Not with good conscience anyways.
Jose.
Pio, I fail to understand how you're on board with this movement. We have no money, Pio. Our economy, our infrastructure, it's all provided for by the Spanish. Like it or not, we're a poor and small set of islands that's about to trick itself into fighting a global empire. If we resist violently, we will see our people slaughtered. Should they be slaughtered merely for principle? And that's what you can tell that empty-headed strongman, Bonifacio. You have to believe me, Pio. I'm not sympathizing with the Spanish. I'm not. How could I forgive the people that impoverished his own? What good son would I be to stand by the tyrants who imprisoned his own mother?
I know you're someone who would lay down his life for the Filipino, Jose. I do not question it. But at some point, you have to put your pride aside.
My pride? You're fooling yourselves. It's you lot that need to listen to your own words. We have to be smarter as a people and as a movement. We're simply not ready for bloody revolution. And I believe you and I are smart enough to know that.
Very well. Rizal is too stubborn to realize he's on his own more and more every day. There is no greater honor than facing the opposite end of a rifle, to stand in the face of death, to fight for what is right. That is something we understand, and it is something that Rizal never will.
Soon after my meeting with Dr. Valenzuela, I was sent to Cuba to help aid victims of yellow fever. During this time, Bonifacio's radical movement began to take shape. It happened so fast, and there's nothing stopping it. They manifested themselves as the Katipunan, a secret society of revolutionaries willing to go blow for blow with the Spanish. However, it didn't take them long for them to blow their cover as a secret society. Soon, the Spanish caught wind of the Katipunan and their efforts, and fighting followed soon after, sooner than the Katipunan themselves would have liked. The Spanish began preemptively running up Katipuneros, revolutionaries, revolutionary sympathizers. This led to the cry of Balantawak, the first official battle of the revolution. August 26, 1896, Quezon City. Shots were heard around the archipelago. During this time, I was waiting to board a ship to Cuba, the Isla de Panay. I had no formal ties to the revolutionary or the Katipunan. However, my writings did influence a revolutionary or two. I was important enough to be made an example out of.
Dr. Jose Rizal, under order of the Spanish crown, you are hereby under arrest due to your involvement with the rebellion against Spanish rule.
I was 35 years old, a doctor who had his own practice, an accredited author whose writings inspired people to question the church, their histories, their relationship with the government, their place in the world, whose writings inspired a revolution. I had no children. I was a son who took care of his mother in poor health. I was a man with dreams lived out and ambitions unfulfilled. I was a man who got to see the world, who fell in love again and again. I was so lucky to live a full life. I was sentenced to death, October 1896. Sad and distressed? No. Sad and repressed, yes, that should do it. Farewell, my adored land, region of the sun caressed, pearl of the Orient Sea, our Eden lost. With gladness, I give you my life, sad and repressed.
Rizal, you've got visitors.
Josephine.
I've received news from the church. They're allowing Father Vicente to marry us before.
Wait, marriage? But the church
has reclaimed you, my son. A final act of forgiveness.
Father,
Time's up, you two. We'll see the prisoner again tomorrow.
my life's fancy, my ardent, passionate desire. Hail cries out to the soul to you that will soon part from thee. Hail, how sweet 'tis the fall that fullness you may acquire, to die to give your life, neath your skies to expire, and in thy mystic land to sleep through eternity.
Just you by my side is a dream that I longed for when I closed my eyes. But here in the darkness, enclosed by four walls, this is all we have left.
Josephine, my dear wife, you deserve more than I can give.
In another life,
no need to fight.
we stand like this before our God, our families and our friends,
Surrounding us with gifts,
with
love and with happiness. Was it worth it, the things that I've done, the words that I shaped with a pen in my hand?
through all the trials and condemning words, you stood so strong. I'm so proud of you, Joe.
Yes, I know, I can't forget what all this was for. Every thought and words impart, take root within their hearts to help them see just what could be. It's more than you and me, never get to see our people live happily. Though my story may end,
Jose,
I know theirs has just begun.
Jose.
Josephine, my dear wife, remind me of my purpose, the meaning of my life. There is no other life I can live. This is all that I have. If I could, I would do this all over again. All of the trials and condemning words led me straight to you. There's no other life we can live. There's no turning back. If I could, I would do this all over again. All of the trials and condemning words led me straight to you. Moment that we shared, all the memories that we made, I'll keep them safe. with all my heart. I'll wait for the day we get to say those simple words with all my heart. I love you. I love only you.
Josephine,
Jose, my love, I'll never forget you.
Rizal, it's time.
Farewell, my lovely wife.
Goodbye, my love.
Jose Rizal, your acts of sedition have brought disgrace to your name and country, and you must be punished for your choices. Any last words?
Last words? Last goodbyes?
Well then, on my mark.
Wait. 1 sec. Mi ultimo adios, my last farewell. My idolized country, for whom I most gravely pine. Dear Philippines, to my last goodbye. Oh, hearken there I leave all, my parents, loves of mine. I'll go where there are no slaves, tyrants, or hangmen. Where faith does not kill, and where God alone does reign. Farewell, parents, brothers, beloved by me, friends of my childhood, in the home distressed. Give thanks that I rest from this wearisome day. Farewell, sweet stranger, my friend, who brightened my way. Farewell to all I love. To die is to rest. Consummatum est. When the world seems so dark, every back turned against you, I know your hope is about to fade. But listen now when I say my journey's come to a close. But somehow I know that we'll find a way to be the light when the world is crumbling, to be the light for the people crying. The time is now, set our people free. All this can start with me. Be the change in a place divided, so the fight isn't so one-sided. They need a voice, someone on their side. There's so much more left to do.
My dearest Jose, much has happened since you left us.
The revolution was a success. Through the efforts of the Katipunan and other freedom fighters, we established the first Philippine Republic, just as we promised. But Jose, you were right. I became so fixated with my love for the revolution that it became my own undoing. After we earned our freedom, there was no need for me anymore. Jose, I should have listened. We were never in a position to win this fight. Before the Spanish left, they handed us over to the Americans. And we took on another war against the world's newest superpower. We were not ready. Not quite yet.
I became the first foreign emissary of the Philippine Republic. My work took me to Japan. I sought and received aid for the revolution. I even met my wife. Jose, you would have loved this. Diplomacy was always your strong suit. It is difficult to continue this journey without your guidance, but I'll do everything in my power to preserve your legacy.
The Philippine Republic. Seeing this dream realized, although it was not my own, was truly a sight to behold. And yet, it wouldn't have been possible without you, Jose. La Solidaridad inspired the change we needed. Through writing, we caught the attention of the Spanish and gave hope to Filipinos to come. This proved that not all were asleep in this dim nighttime. Future generations will hear us, and they will understand.
Every revolution needs a good writer. Before you convince people to fight for you, you must first fight to win them over. And you fought to the death, Jose. La Solidaridad. Noli, your written works took the attention of the people to start challenging the ideas imposed on us by the Spanish. To fight alongside you and, after your death, for you.
My dearest Jose, I found your letters some time ago. My mother tried to conceal them, but the world always needed to hear your words, didn't they? I said I. You wrote with such intelligence, such insight that I couldn't bear to burn them all. I had them sewn into my wedding dress, immortalized as I'd wish you'd be too. Our country was forever transformed by your fight, and I by your love.
My darling, my delight, you're so missed. The legacy you left inspired so many people to join the fight for our freedom, for our future. And while you may not be here to see it, this is our future, the one you helped create it. I'm so grateful to be by your side when you did this. Love, I will love you forever. Love, I'll leave you never. My heart will forever be tied to yours. And because of that, we'll never have to leave each other's sides.
Together I know that we'll find a way to be the light when the world is crumbling, to be the light for the people crying. The time is now, set our people free.
All this can start with me, be the change in the place of fighting. So the fight isn't so exciting. They need a voice, someone on their side. All this can start with you. All this can start with you. Guess the odds were pressing through. Hand in hand, always me and you. Together let our light shine through. Guess the odds were pressing through. Hand in hand, always me and you. Together let our light shine through. Guess the odds were pressing through. Hand in hand, always me and you. Together let our light shine through.
It's getting dark, your flame is dying. Is this the end? Was it worth fighting? Your words cut short, so much left to say. There's so much more left to do. We need a change in a world that's broken. Too many words that are still unspoken. The road is long, stretching far ahead. I can't let this end.
Be the change in the crumbling. Be the light for the people crying. These have towns that our people free. All this can start with me. Be the change in the place of fighting. So the fight isn't so one-sided. They need a voice, someone on their side. All this can start with you. All this can start with you. All this can start with you.
Oh my goodness. Amazing, amazing work. Thank you, actors. Thank you. So, how was your first for now Phil night? Good? Yes! I hope you all learned something new. I know a lot of Filipino American and Filipino history isn't really covered in schools today, and I wonder what month it is, Leia?
I think it's Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander month this month too.
Woo! Yes. So, let's move on with the show and get into our curtain call. Please, let's have another round of applause for our amazing actors! They have put in months of work into preparing for tonight.
Don't forget about our stage directors and backstage crew.
Directors and backstage crew! Now, for our amazing dancers, Legacy!
And last but not least, Sayao!
As mentioned before, one of FOSSA's core pillars is the academic pillar. For this pillar, we are always looking for ways to reach academic excellence. For many of us, a barrier to reaching that goal is money. This year, we are proud to announce that we are able to offer 4 scholarships. Let's welcome our scholarship winners. Starting with Ali.
Good evening, everyone. Hi, I'm Ali, and I'm the director of FOSSA's high school mentorship program called Project Family, which stands for Filipino Americans Mentoring and Instilling Leadership in Youth. Our program's mission is to empower Filipino youth on their journeys to post-secondary education with tools such as college prep, cultural awareness, and community support. As part of that mission, Project Family awards 2 scholarships to graduating high schoolers every year. Our winners have exemplified Project Family's mission, using their skills to build up the communities around them. We are so excited to announce our winners, Jeffrey Basilio and Portia Polo. Please give them a round of applause.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for reviewing all these essays and the event that you guys put back on in March. Yeah, I'm just so grateful for all the work you guys do. Thank you.
Thank you, Ali, and the core team for all of your hard work and dedication to leading Project Family and upholding our academic and educational pillar within our FOSSA community. I would now like to welcome Sarah Lynn back on the stage to recognize the members of our FOSSA community who have demonstrated a strong affinity and talent for the performing arts.
Hello, it's me again. In case you forgot, my name is Sarah Lynn Santos, and I'm here now to present this year's recipient of the Steven Santos Memorial Scholarship. This year's Filipino Night performers, like those of all 29 Filipino nights before them, can tell you, through the performing arts, we find spaces to grow and share our own talents. But just as importantly, we find community with others. No one exemplified this more than my younger brother, Steven. You've heard a lot about Steven's show tonight. You just saw the whole show for yourselves, but now I'll tell you a little bit more about him. Steven was a senior at UW, majoring in astronomy and physics. He was also, among other things, an aspiring YouTuber, an active member of the UW Chorale, and a dedicated part of Filipino Night. He was quiet and awkward, and it took him a while to join FOSSA. I bothered him about it for basically his entire freshman year. But when he first joined Filipino Night as a sophomore in 2018, he found a community. He wanted to help others have that same experience, and so after his year as an actor in the spotlight, he stayed involved in Filipino Night. In 2019, he became the assistant director of Identity Defined, and finally, he composed and co-wrote Be the Light, tonight's show, as the 2019-2020 cultural chair. He passed away in 2020, just before Be the Light would have started rehearsals. The Steven Santos Memorial Scholarship is presented every year to honor his work to students who demonstrate Steven's dedication to performance, culture, and community. This year's recipients shared thoughtful reflections on their love of performance, the ways FOSSA had added to their college experiences, and their own understanding of culture. Both winners talked about how performing isn't about putting on a perfect show. It's about connection. It's about building and strengthening your bonds with the people on stage next to you and making an inclusive space where they can express themselves freely. In this year's winner's words, culture means celebrating where we come from while making space for the stories we're still creating. And it's remembering the past with pride while building a future where our community can keep on thriving. Both these definitions of culture feel particularly apt for this year's Filipino Night, which remembers and celebrates Stephen's legacy with pride while giving the current generation of FOSSA members the chance to bring something new to his story. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipients, Sierra Paine and Gabriela Rebutiaco.
Thank you, Sarah, for helping us recognize our Stephen Santos Scholarship recipients. Next, please welcome Thomas, this year's FOSSA treasurer, to announce the total of our Miracle Minutes.
Hello, everyone. Just want to say thank you so much for all the support that you've given us tonight. It really is helpful. That Miracle Minute, it was super crazy. Did you guys have fun during it? And now, can I get a drum roll for the total? We raised $1,415. Thank you guys so much again. We really can't put these events on without you, so we just want to reiterate how important it is that you guys are donating and how much we appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Thomas. Next, we'd like to thank our sponsors. First, the Samuel E. Kelly Ethnic Cultural Center, also known as the ECC, and the Office of Minority Affairs and Diversity, also known as OMAD, Philippine Airlines, ASUW, which is the Associated Students of UW, GPSS, the Graduate and Professional Student Senate, and the Hub, the Husky Union Building. Lastly, we would like to thank WE for the refreshments in the lobby.
Next up is Makai, this year's FOSSA fundraising chair, to announce our Philippine Airlines round-trip ticket raffle winner!
Hello, hello. Right before we do that, I have a quick message from Philippine Airlines. Philippine Airlines, the flag carrier of the Philippines, proudly launched its first ever nonstop flight from Seattle to Manila, bridging the Pacific and bringing you closer to home in just one flight. Taking to heart PAL's service philosophy of buong pusong alaga, wholehearted care, every journey, is designed to make you feel at home, from takeoff to touchdown. Whether you're flying to see family, explore the islands, or reconnect with your roots, PAL offers comfort, convenience, and the warmth hospitality Filipinos are known for. Without further ado, let's draw for our winner. This year's winner is Sophie Monterola. And oh my God! Congratulations, Sophie.
Thank you, Makai. Let's give some applause to our Officer Board interns for their hard work this year.
Please cheer for your pillar interns, Kira Ortega and Halle Brieva.
Next, your external communications interns, Isabella Marie del Rosario and Mateo Carino, who could not make it tonight.
And finally, your Sayao intern, Sophia Gatmitten. Thank you all for your hard work.
It has truly been an honor leading this officer board through this year. Every post-meeting dinner and study session at the ECC has cultivated such meaningful and lifelong relationships, and it makes it so much harder to think I'll be graduating and leaving behind my FOSSA chapter so soon. It is my sincerest pleasure to be able to present to you the next generation of FOSSA leaders.
Hi, my name is Sharice Vallis, and I'm one of the SIAO coordinators this year.
I'm Sierra Paine, and I'm the other SIAO coordinator.
And my successors are Sierra Paine and Daniel Munar.
Hello, my name is Cora Casperson. I'm your current PR chair, and my successor is Sophia Gatmaton.
Hi everyone, my name is Ria Maizan Torres. I'm your current political chair, and my successor is Patricia Amadeo.
Hello, everybody. My name is Joseph Esteban. I'm the current historian, and this upcoming year's historian is Elena Reagan.
Hello, everybody. My name is Makai, and I'm this year's fundraising chair. And next year's fundraising chair is Mateo Carino.
My name is Ethan Palomo. I'm your current cultural chair, and my successor is Isabella de Rosario.
Hello everyone, my name is Maya Abby McCallum, and I am this year's Community Service Chair. And next year's Community Service Chair is Ethan Palomo!
Hi guys, my name is Savannah Fincher. I'm the Activities Chair this year, and next year's Activities Chair is Rizal Aguinero! Hi, I'm Ali Espinosa, and I'm this year's Academics Chair. Next year's Academics Chair is Drake Delumpines.
Hi everyone, I'm Thomas Passion. I'm this year's treasurer, and next year's treasurer is Joseph Esteban.
Hi everyone, my name's Noelle. I'm the current FASA Sayudav secretary, and next year's will be Avi.
Hello again, I'm Leia. I'm this year's vice president, but I'm signing off because I'll be passing the torch to Cora Casperson.
Hello, everybody. My name is Delano Cordova. I am the outgoing president, and your new president is Savannah! This board was truly something special. I am so glad to have watched you all turn into greater leaders than you were before. For our returning officers, I'm glad that our new officers have you to look up to, and for our outgoing officers, I'm sure that your presence and experience will be missed.
Thank you, Delano, for those kind words. Before we close out tonight's program, we wanted to credit the months of dedication and hard work from our many behind-the-scenes committees that made tonight a success.
First, we wanted to recognize our decoration committee for their ability to embody the vision and character of this Phil Night on our campus spaces.
We also wanted to thank our logistics committee for their constant communication, organizational skills, and unparalleled management and decision-making abilities.
We can't forget about our meticulous and attentive tech crew. The lighting, sound, and slideshow could not have been executed so seamlessly without you all.
Thank you to our production committee for coordinating the collaborative nature of the props, stage support, and our performers, and always striving to elevate our production quality.
Thank you to our costume subcommittee for all your research into the historically accurate pieces and commitment to making costumes you were able to share with us tonight.
A quick shout out to our historian Joseph for his incredible photography and archival work displayed in the lobby tonight.
Also to our marketing committee for their engaging social media campaigns, programs, logo design, and vision for the theme.
Last but not least, I wanted to feature our directors and production support. Your passion for interpreting Steven's script, vocal coaching, stage directing, and reminders to project will not be left unrecognized.
To close out the show, please make some noise for your directors, Ethan and Isabella!
I'd like to apologize. It seems like I have lost my voice for obvious reasons. But I just want to say hello. My name's Ethan Palomo, and I'm this year's cultural chair, one of the directors, and for a brief moment there, Jose Rizal. I want to start off by saying thank you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for allowing us to share this story, and thank you to the Santos family and the alumni for trusting us with this musical, one that Steven and his peers have poured their hearts into. I also want to thank the board and our surrounding community, and especially Isabella here for stepping up to be a director as we navigated countless unexpected changes. To be honest, these past few months have been nothing short of a whirlwind. Countless meetings, endless rehearsals, last-minute changes, challenges we never saw coming, and only 4 months to make that all happen. But what those 4 months held was something far greater than that timeline. They held dedication, sacrifice, passion, and community. To many of you, Filipino Night is tonight, but for us, it's been every single night. Through every late Zoom call, every choreo tweak, every script revision that kept us up way too late. Filipino Night has lived in our moments of laughter, in the chaos, and then sometimes the tears, and in the unwavering support we gave one another through it all. I watched this team come alive, not just on stage, but in the quiet, in-between moments. In the way we'd goof off during rehearsals, work through tough conversations during committee meetings, or simply just getting a meal together after a long day. It was in those moments that I saw what this show, what Steven's story truly does. It embodies continuity by bringing people together to bring change, to enact movement. Just like Isabella said earlier, it brought people together then, and it continues to bring people together now. And for that, I'm immensely grateful. To me, that continuity, that bridge between generations, stories, and hearts is what defines culture to me. It's more than just our history or heritage or traditions. It's the legacy we build with one another, moment by moment. Sometimes it's in the grand performances. Sometimes it's in the quiet rituals, the smallest traditions that shape our identity in ways we just don't even notice. So tonight, I hope we were able to share not just a musical, but a piece of ourselves. I hope we inspired you all through Stephen to be the light and be the change in whichever way you see fit. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting us. I'll now pass it over to Isabella for Isang Basak.
Alrighty, guys, thank you again so much for coming. I mean, you will always hear thank you from the rest of the board, and thank you really from the bottom of our hearts. We are gonna close tonight off as a traditional thing we do in our officer meetings, all of our gen meetings. It's called the Isang Bagsak. Isang Bagsak started a way to unite Filipino and Hispanic farm workers during the Delano grape strikes in California in the 1960s, as well as during the anti-martial law protests in the Philippines. It can be interpreted as a symbolize those two groups overcoming the language barrier and becoming one of the better working conditions of the democratic government. Isang Bagsak translates literally to one down or one fall. FOSSA ends every meeting with an Isang Bagsak to honor that part of our history and reminds our members on how we can all rise together to create a good change. It starts with a slow clap, crescendos into a faster clap, which ends into a final clap called Isang Bagsak. I'll start. All right, I'm gonna put the mic down.
You go like this. All right, rub our hands together, and we're gonna crescendo.
Sending time and space. There's this thing they call love, and I feel it on the tight.